Morning students, this is your 9th standard science 2. Today we are going to learn a new lesson, unit 21, nutrition and health, part 1. So let's start today's lesson. Please bring your science textbook, pencil and classwork to note down the important points which are going to be told in this session. Unit 21, nutrition and health. Let's start. Introduction. What is food? Students, food is the basic necessity of life. Food is defined as any substance of either plant or animal origin consumed for nutrition. It contains essential nutrients that provide energy, help in normal growth, development and repair the tissues and protect the body from diseases. Food contamination with microorganisms is a major source of illness, either in the form of infections or poisoning. Food safety is becoming a major concern in these days. Food is contaminated or adulterated from production to consumption for financial gain. The physiological functions of a consumer are affected due to either addition of a deleterious substance or the removal of a vital component. Food laws have come into existence to maintain the quality of food produced in our country. Let us study about them in detail here. In today's session, the topics to learn are Part 1, classes of nutrients, in which you will be studying about carbohydrates, proteins, fats, and vitamins. In vitamins, you are going to study fat-soluble vitamins, water-soluble vitamins, minerals, macro and micro minerals, protein energy malnutrition, that is also said to be PEM, and food hygiene. These are the topics in part 1 of unit 21, nutrition and health, you are going to study today. So let's start. These topic pages are present on page number 247 till 250 in your science textbook. Classes of nutrients. Nutrients are classified into 5 major groups as below. In your book it is written 6, but it is actually 5. The first one is carbohydrates. All grains are said to be carbohydrates and few fruits are also available. Next is proteins. Next, fats, vitamins, minerals. There are 5 major groups of nutrients. They are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. Now we will study one by one briefly. First one is carbohydrates. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are organic compounds composed of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. What are they composed of? Carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Carbohydrate is an essential nutrient which provides the chief source of energy to the body. Carbohydrates is an essential nutrient which provides the chief source of energy to the body. Glucose, sucrose, lactose, starch, cellulose are the examples for carbohydrates. Glucose is also said to be monosaccharide, sucrose disaccharides and cellulose polysaccharide. What is these saccharides? They are the fiber contents and the sugar content present in the food products. Next is proteins. What it is? Proteins. Proteins are the essential nutrients and also the building blocks of the body. They are also known as the building blocks of the body. What are they? Proteins. Proteins are essential for growth and repair of body cells and tissues. Proteins are made up of amino acids. So, amino acids are obtained from the diet because essential, which is required for our body, amino acids are those that cannot be biosynthesized by the body. So, when some amino acids are not prepared by the body, so what we will do is we will have food that produces amino acids and help us to grow and repair our body cells and tissues. The 9 essential amino acids are phenylalanine, valine, threonine, tryptophan, methionine, leucine, isoleucine, lysine, histidine. These are the 9 amino acids which are useful for our body to grow and to repair our body cells and tissues, which we can obtain by having a proteinaceous food like dry fruits, non-vegetarian, milk, butter. These all are the proteins. Next is fats. Fats in the diet provides energy. Fat in the diet provides energy which we have to take in a very limited quantity. Fats maintain cell structures and are involved in metabolic functions. Essential fatty acids cannot be synthesized in the body and are provided through diet. Fatty acids which cannot be synthesized by the body, so we have to take food which provides fatty acids to our body. Essential fatty acids required in human nutrition are omega fatty acids. Essential fatty acids required in human nutrition are omega fatty acid. You can ask, ma'am, where is this omega fatty acid? This is mostly present in fish. Next is, we have studied about carbohydrate, proteins and fats very briefly. Now we will see where are these present. Carbohydrates are present in honey, sugarcane, fruits, whole grains, starchy vegetables and rice. Starchy vegetables in the sense potato. They are of daily requirement. How much you have to eat? 150 to 200 grams only daily. Proteins are present in legumes, pulses, nuts, soya bean, green leafy vegetables, fish, poultry. Poultry is nothing but chicken. Products, egg, milk and dairy products. Dairy products, cheese, butter, curd. These all will come under proteins and you have to take 40 grams daily. Fats, egg yolk, saturated oil and meat. Egg yolk, saturated oil and meat. What is egg yolk? The yellow color in the egg is called egg yolk, which has fats, and we have to take 35 grams daily in our food diet. Are you clear, students? Yes. Next is about vitamins or vitamins. Vitamins are the vital nutrients required in minute quantities. They are required in minute quantities, but they play a major role in our body. Vitamins provide specific physiological and biochemical functions. Vitamins provide specific physiological and biochemical functions. More to know. Dr. Funk introduced the term vitamin. Vitamin A was given the first letter of the alphabet as it was the first vitamin discovered. Are you clear, students? Vitamins are the vital nutrients for our body which are very specific, which gives physiological and biochemical functions of our body. Next is, do you know, students? Human skin can synthesize vitamin D when exposed to sunlight. That is why our elders tell us that in the early morning, like 6 to 7, you should be under sunlight to receive vitamin D, which is very good for our skin. Especially early morning. When the sun rays falls on the skin, dehydrocholesterol is converted into vitamin D or vitamin D. Hence, vitamin D is called as sunshine vitamin. Vitamin D improves bone strength by helping body to absorb calcium. So, vitamin D is coming from sunlight for our body, which we have to take especially early morning. Then, it helps to absorb calcium, which improves our bone strength. In this vitamins, we have said that we will be studying about two types, fat soluble vitamins and water soluble vitamins. Here we are going to study fat soluble vitamins, that is vitamins names, their sources, where we get that, and deficiency disorder. If you don't eat that food, what happens to you? And symptoms, if you have the disease, then what are the symptoms, to be very careful. First is fat soluble vitamins. In this fat soluble, you are having 4 vitamins. Vitamin A, D, E, K. A, D, E, K. Vitamin A is also called as retinol. By the name only you can say this is very helpful for our eyes, retina. The sources where vitamin A is present is carrot, papaya, leafy vegetables, fish liver oil, egg yolk, liver, dairy products. You have to eat this to improve the content of vitamin A in your body, to improve your eyesight. Deficiency disorder means if you don't eat this food, what happens is xerophthalmia, nyctalopia, that is night blindness, means after 6 in the night time you cannot see anything. That is said to be night blindness. This is caused due to lack of vitamin A in your body. Symptoms, how can you find out that you don't have proper vitamin A? Dryness of cornea, your eye gets very dry, unable to see in the night, in the dim light, or you will be having scaly skin. Next is vitamin D, calciferol. By the name only you can say that calci means calcium. Just now we have studied about sunlight, which gives calcium to our body to make our bone strength. So calciferol. Where do you get vitamin D other than sunlight? Egg, liver, dairy products, fish, synthesized by the skin in sunlight. So if you don't have this, if you don't go to sunlight early in the morning, what will happen? Rickets. Rickets in children. That is, what are that? Symptoms, bow legs. Your legs will be like bow. Defective ribs. Your ribs, you will be in not a normal posture. Development of Pigeon chest. You will be having a very huge chest with bones unevenly placed due to the lack of vitamin D or vitamin D. Vitamin E. Tocopherol. Tocopherol. So this is present in whole wheat, meat, vegetable oil and milk. What is the deficiency if you don't have vitamin E? Sterility in rats, reproductive abnormalities. Reproductive abnormalities will be available in our body. Sterility. Your functioning of reproductive organs will be not in proper condition. Vitamin K, derivative of quinone. This is present in leafy vegetables, soya beans and milk. What is the deficiency if you don't have leafy vegetables properly? Blood clotting is prevented. When you get hurt, suddenly your blood should get dry. If that is not getting dry, even for the small hurt, if your blood is flowing, that is said to be the lack of vitamin K in your body. What is the symptoms? How can you find out that vitamin K is not present in our body? Excessive bleeding due to delayed blood clotting. Due to the slow procedure of blood clotting, your blood will be flowing like water continuously without drying very fastly. So students, beware and eat a healthy food which requires all this vitamin A, D, E and K. Next is water-soluble vitamins. Water-soluble vitamins. Vitamin B1, the other name is thiamine. Thiamine is nothing but the amino acid. Whole grains, yeast, eggs, liver, sprouted pulses. It is present in whole grains, yeast, eggs, liver, sprouted pulses. What is the disease? Beriberi. What is this beriberi? The symptoms are degenerative change in the nerves, muscles become weak, paralysis. Okay, your muscles will not work properly, your nerves will be very weak with the lack of vitamin B1. Next is vitamin B2, riboflavin. Milk, eggs, liver, green vegetables, whole grains. You have to eat all this to have all these elements in your body. Okay, have all this to have all this vitamins in your body in a proper correct way. Erybroflavinosis, that is cirrhosis. Erybroflavinosis. So, what is the reason for this? Irritation in eyes, dry skin, inflammation of lips, fissures in the corners of the mouth. You can see this when it is very summer season or winter season. You can feel the edges of your lips has been broken. Your lips will become very dry during severe cold environment like winter seasons. The lips will become very dry. These all symptoms are seen in the lack of vitamin B2. To avoid that, you should have this food. Vitamin B3, niacin. Milk, eggs, liver, lean meat and groundnuts bran. Pellagra. What is pellagra? Inflammation of skin, loss of memory, diarrhea. Inflammation of skin means skin burn, and loss of memory and diarrhea as usual, loose motions. Vitamin B6, pyridoxine. Meat, fish, eggs, germs of grains and cereals, rice polishing. Meat, fish, eggs, cereals, rice polishings. Dermatitis. What is dermatitis? By the word dermatitis, you can say that this affects mostly skin, dermatology, skin, dermatologist, skin specialist doctors. Scaly skin, nervous disorders. Vitamin B12, cyanocobalamin, milk, meat, liver, pulses, cereals and fish. The deficiency is pernicious anemia. That is decrease in red blood cell production, degeneration of spinal cord. If you have less blood in your body, they are said to be anemia. So you should have a lot of milk, meat, liver, pulses, cereals and fish. Vitamin C, ascorbic acid. Can you remember vitamin C, where it is present, students? Yes, lemon, orange, these all have vitamin C. Leafy vegetables, sprouts, citrus fruits like gooseberry, that is amla, lemon, orange. Scurvy, if you don't have that, you will have a disease called scurvy. What is that? Swollen and bleeding gums. Gums means your teeth. The jaw which is present inside your mouth having teeth will be bleeding. Delay in healing of wounds. If you get any hurt, it will take time to heal. Teeth and bones malformed. Bones and teeth will not be in a proper condition. They will be hurting you many times. So vitamin C is also very important. Students, to have these all vitamins in your body, do have a healthy food. Next, minerals. So, minerals is the fifth major nutrients which is essential for our body. Minerals are inorganic substances. They are inorganic substances. Minerals are essential to perform various biological functions necessary for life. They are essential to perform various biological functions necessary for life. Minerals are the constituents of teeth, bones, tissues, blood, muscle and nerve cells. If you eat, these all will be very healthy. Two types of minerals, macro minerals and micro minerals. That is, macro example calcium, sodium and potassium, phosphorus. Micro minerals iron and iodine, sulfur, zinc, manganese, but iron and iodine are mostly related in our food. Next, let's study about minerals macro and micro. They are said to be macronutrients, in which we will be studying about the minerals, their sources, their functions and deficiency disorders. In macronutrients, you are having calcium, sodium and potassium. Calcium, you can get calcium by eating food such as dairy products, beans, cabbage, eggs and fish. What is the functions of this? They constituent of bones and enamel of teeth, clotting of blood and controls muscle contraction. They keep our bones strong. The white color of our teeth will be proper. They give a good white color to our teeth. And clotting of the blood will be very fast and controls our muscle contraction. What is the deficiency if you don't have calcium related foods? Bone deformities. Bones will be not in proper, they will be very weak. Poor skeleton growth. Osteoporosis in adults. That is, their joints will start paining when you grow old. Sodium. Sodium you can see in common salt, that is your table salt or the salt you are using in the food preparation. Maintains fluid balance and involved in neurotransmission. Common salt, you should have everything in a limited amount, and when you have this sodium in your diet, what happens? The nervous system will work very properly. If you don't have that common salt, that leads to muscular cramps, means your muscles will start getting hurt somewhere or the other. Nerve impulse do not get transmitted. Whatever you want to do, your nerves will not help you or guide you. They will not send message to your brain in a proper way. Potassium. Potassium is present in banana, sweet potato, nuts, whole grains, citrus fruits. So, what are the functions? They regulate nerve and muscle activity. If you don't have this, what will happen? Muscular fatigue, your muscles will start bulging, nerve impulses do not get transmitted. Similarly, your nerves will not give correct message to the body what to do and what not to do. Macronutrients, this is. Now, micronutrients. What is micronutrients is having iron and iodine. Iron. Iron is present mostly in spinach, dates, greens, broccoli, whole cereals, nuts, fish and liver. What is the function of this? The important component of hemoglobin is present in this. The function of iron is, and the food, if you have all this food, it increases the iron content in your body, which is very important for hemoglobin. Deficiency, if you don't have this, anemia, that is less red blood cells. Iodine, milk, seafood, iodized salt. So what is the function to have a little bit salt in your diet? Formation of thyroid hormones. Everything should be in limit. If it is out of limit, it will cross or it will create problems. Formation of thyroid hormones. If you don't have a proper limited salt, The deficiency syndrome disease is goiter. Goiter is nothing but below your neck, the throat area will bulge like a balloon. So that is said to be goiter. Are you clear with this macro and micronutrients of minerals? Next is protein energy malnutrition. That is nothing but PEM, malnutrition. What is malnutrition? Absence of certain nutrients in our daily diet over a long period of time leads to deficiency. If you don't have proper nutrition food in your life for a long time, it leads to some diseases. This condition is referred as malnutrition. This condition is referred as malnutrition. Which condition? Absence of certain nutrients in your daily diet. Deficiency of proteins and energy leads to severe conditions like kwashiorkor and marasmus. Kwashiorkor and marasmus. Due to the lack of some nutrients, what are the diseases you are going to face is kwashiorkor and marasmus. What are these two? These are kwashiorkor. This is kwashiorkor. It is a condition of severe protein deficiency. It affects children between 1 to 5 years of age whose diet mainly consists of carbohydrates but lack in proteins. They have the food with carbohydrates more amount, but they don't have food which is having proteins. So that time when they don't have proteins in their body, this type of disease is affected to the children of 1 to 5 years of age. Merasmus. It usually affects infants. Infants means small babies, born babies, below the age of 1 year, below 1 year, when the diet is poor in carbohydrates, fats and proteins. So this is seen in the born babies because as the mother don't have a healthy food during pregnancy time. She should have a food with lots of vitamins, proteins, carbohydrates, fats and proteins. So if she don't have, then the babies will born with a marasmus. Next is food hygiene. What is food hygiene? Hygiene means neat and microorganism free. Poor personal hygiene may allow pathogenic microorganisms to cause food spoilage. So, food spoilage is an undesirable change in the normal state of food is not suitable for human consumption. Food spoilage is an undesirable change in the normal state of food is not suitable for human consumption. You can feel a bad smell in the food. Signs of food spoilage includes a change in appearance. How can you recognize that this food is spoiled? By appearance. Appearance means by seeing some green, red spots on the food or black spots on the food like fruits, vegetables. Color, the changing of the color. Texture, taste, odor, smell and taste. Sometimes if you see, if you smell, you don't feel. Once you taste, you'll feel it has been changed. There are two factors in food hygiene. How can you recognize and how do the food get spoiled? Internal factors and external factors. Internal means inside the food. External means outside the food. So what are the internal factors which spoil the food from inside? Enzymatic activities and moisture content of the food. If you take a tomato and keep it on your dining table for 2 to 3 days, you can see the color of the tomato changes to green or white. Fungus will be forming because this is due to the inner moisture content will be starting to get spoiled, and as well as when it comes to contact with the external factor that is air, it creates a fungus on the tomato. External factors means adulterants in food. Adulterants in food means mixing of wrong food items in two food items, like water is mixed in milk. So this type of adulterants in food is done, like very small minute stones are added to the rice grains. So these are adulterants in food which is not good for health. Contaminated utensils. Sometimes your mother will boil milk, and next day when she boils in the same thing, it gets spoiled because the utensil which she used to boil the milk is not washed properly. Equipments, whatever you are using, you should wash it and use, otherwise you will spoil the food. Unhygienic cooking, not cooking nicely, will also create a food spoilage. Lack of storage. If you don't store the food properly in a proper condition, the food will get spoiled. There are two factors, internal factors and external factors. Students, are you clear about this session today? Next is exercise. I hope you all are clear with these topics of today's session, and very interesting topics which is related to our health. So write down these questions in your science classwork and try to answer them by reading the textbook as well as by seeing the study based material video. Differentiate between washer-car and Merasmus, macronutrients and micronutrients. Write the two factors of food hygiene. Write about fat soluble vitamins. Write about water soluble vitamins. Who introduced the term vitamin A? Expand PEM. These all are very easy questions and you can be able to answer by reading the textbook as well as by seeing this video. Students, in the next session, we will be meeting with the topics of food preservations, addition of preservation, food adulteration, food quality control. These are the topics which we are going to discuss in the next session.